What's good, everybody? It is your boy Underdog Flight K Clutch 24/7, and we are here. I'm giving you guys my 3 favorite setups to use here in Nickel Over. Some of them is definitely some that I put out for free, and some of them I put out for my members. So I'm going to give you guys my 3 favorites, and then you guys can choose which one you think is the best one, because all of them could be used in different situations, different formations, and things of that nature. And it's just so much that you can add to this scheme of Nickel Over just to, confuse your defense, send 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 if you really wanted to, and have a lot of success. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you guys go ahead and leave a like, comment down below other stuff you guys like to see, subscribe if you guys are new, and let's go ahead and get into the first setup. Now, right before we go ahead and continue on this video, make sure you guys go ahead and sign up for Fliff using my link down in the description down below. I am doing a little ladder challenge where we're building up some money where you guys can really bet on free money. It will give you $1 every single day until you get to the $2 limit, and then it will stop giving you money. And if you guys go ahead and copy my picks, let me know down in the comments below. We did hit on this one, which is day number 1. Day number 2 is this for tonight. And if we go ahead and lose, then we're going to go ahead and restart it over. Remember, it does give you $1 every day. So make sure you guys go ahead and making those picks. $50 is the threshold for you to go and withdraw your money. And let me know some of your best plays down in the comments down below. And let's go ahead and get right back to the video. The first setup here is Mad Universal that I showed you guys on the channel a lot of times. It's going to be this Sim Pressure 3. Now, you can literally just keep this as it is, and a lot of other people has caught on to doing this as well in some Nickel 3-3 over. I'm pretty sure that's the formation. There's also like a Nickel Y, I believe, that has this too, but this is like one of the most basic ones that you can do that just definitely helps you out. And it is the most simple thing in the world. Now, this is where it's flipped towards the right side. We're going to flip this over towards the left side, and I'm actually going to replicate this to where it's supposed to be like this. And yeah, actually I am going to keep it going over towards this side. So the only things you guys are doing is shifting your D line to the left and then shifting your linebackers to the right. This is basically all that you're doing. So here with your user, with him, you can either keep him where he is, put him in like a curl flash and like double Mabel, do whatever, or you can use this with Where and either put him on a seam flat or put him into a hard flat, whatever you want to do there. And then here with your user, you're doing this with whatever you would like to do. And it's a very, very simple loop blitz that you don't gotta hover, you don't gotta do anything with, and you see that it comes over and does the work basically for you. So we're just gonna go ahead and flip this again, do it just like this, and you can hover the gap right here if you would like to, or you can do it however you may please. But literally is as soon as it hikes, you come on up and you see the loop comes in. Is one of the easiest things to add here into the game. Now, when it is blocked, it's a whole completely different story. So one thing I do like to do with this setup here, sometimes instead of like even shifting your linebackers towards the right, I even will press them and they will do the same exact thing. But if they are blocking that that running back, one thing I would like to do is go ahead and blitz that go ahead and blitz that other DN that's there in QB contain. And then I'm standing right here into the gap holding on to this guard, just so now my D tackle can loop and you got to loop in linebacker. So now you added a whole bunch more difficulty to it. You can loop just like that, and as you guys can see from that small little glimpse like that, it is a compressed blitz to where the quarterback cannot go anywhere, because one, he has contains here on the outside, and also with the loop coming in, you guys can see if he didn't get that ball out, it's basically 2 guys sandwiching together towards the quarterback. So I'm gonna go ahead and send it for you guys one more time. I'm gonna re-blitz circle and then QB contain, and then this is how it will look in real time. You see how you just barely have any amount of time to sit here and get the ball off if I adjust correctly. If I just shade it down, you literally have nowhere to go underneath. But if that's like, if nobody's really paying attention to the underneath route, then they're going to look up top and be like, oh, I might have to tight in here, but you see him be like, do I want to throw it? Do I want to throw it? It's up to them. But this is one easy setup that I like to put in here to kind of mess up your opponent. So let's go ahead into setup number 2. Here with setup number 2 is strictly out of the number 1 defense that I like to run, and what everybody else likes to run in the game right now with the meta. It is cover 4 quarters or cover 4 palms. So the main thing that you are doing here with this defense is that you're shifting your D-line to the left. You basically are blitzing your linebackers and you pushing triangle down until that left linebacker literally comes into comes down to the line. Now, what else you do want to do is shift your D-line point of attack slant left. So all you're doing with this in QB containing now is that this man over here, Verse, is going to get in free, Cameron Jordan is going to get in free, or Nitsky is going to get in free. And I put this out many a times to show you guys how to run this setup. This was like one of the first setups that I realized this year when it came to nickel over, and it was honestly one of the best. So all you got to do is just hug the gap and then come back, and then either you get yourself a D line, like a little A gap in with the D tackle or things of that nature, or you will get that DN right there to come straight in. So it's either one of those 3 to come in, and if you roll out to the right, you have a QB contain there. But because I was holding on to the because I was holding on to the play art, it kind of messed up the alignment of the D line. So now since we're actually right here and can do whatever, I'm gonna actually adjust this in the back to kind of stop for anything real quick. I'm gonna do this, and as you guys can see, that little loop right there towards the outside, he gets in free every single time. And then the one time that the end right here actually does kick out, then 94 is going to come in free. So you see it's like this, he comes back around, and then you can do it just like that. Or if you want to, just do this without a QB contain, or a QB contain on right side and then re-blitz square, and then this will happen. You see how he'll come through straight through that little gap to where that left tackle is. So that's why I love to have a lot of deflators on a field, just in case any one of these happen. So you can see Verse acts like he's going out and then comes straight in. He comes straight in. That end over there on that side is basically keeping him back just so he can come in. Or in some aspects, 77 will kick out towards 8, and then 94 will come in. And then sometimes 73 will even kick out to where 94 is, and then Nitsky will come in. So if you wanted to mess around like that a little bit, go ahead and slant it down, as you guys can see where that D end is right there. Triangle, and see how it comes in just like that. If you slant inside, and you see the slant inside actually will cross over for him to come in instead of going straight down. It's many different ways to set this up. You can shift your point of attack to the left. You can shift it down. You can even shade it outside. This is where I shade it outside and then hit square. Then re-blitz square. I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. As you guys can see, he still goes out towards the outside. And where this is very effective is that if you slide protect, one of these guys is going to come in free every single time, no matter what you do. So if I just don't even do the slide protection here, and you see it's all going towards the right, you can see that it actually condenses a lot more. And possibly if they slant over towards the left, you can actually get that end coming in. You can get that linebacker to come in as well. It's so convenient. It's just crazy. Now I'm gonna slant over to the right and show you guys what comes in if you slant over to the right. See, basically the same thing is if that end gets to 73 before the linebacker do, he comes in straight through. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. Come through. You guys can see how when he goes over to that right, it's a whole bunch of bumping over and things of that nature. It's basically an overload blitz that I love using. I love using this blitz. You see how he kind of pushes him over. His line is right there. He kind of pushes him over. So basically now it kind of moves 77 over to get Verse to come in free. And because all that movement, As soon as he rolls out, you see Eric Armstead in the middle comes out free. And as soon as he rolls over, you see it's going towards that contain. It's a very great stable blitz that you can add here into your game to make things so much better for you. Now I'm going to re-blitz square again. Hold down just like this, and you see everything is basically getting towards that quarterback very, very quickly. But now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the third and final setup that I love here in nickel over. Now, here in nickel over, I showed you guys these two and another one coming up. But if you guys like these setups and want even more advanced setups that you can find, not only that's universal to every single play here, you want a blitz that's here, an overload blitz. You want an overstorm brave setup. You want a overload 3 seam. You want to cover 6 Willie. You want to use this free safety will blitz 0. You want to use nickel 2 trap. You want to use nickel blitz 3. Find a different thing to use with sim pressure 3. Make sure you go ahead and get the $5 membership, the butterfly membership, and I will give you my whole nickel over ebook of just different advanced setups of what to do here in nickel over. It's a whole bunch of blitz setups. It's different shells that you got to do with certain players that you go up against and things of that nature. Now, nickel over, I've learned, and as much stubborn as I am, that you cannot sit in this the whole game depending on different people that you play. Sometimes the formation is going to sit here and bag certain things. Sometimes it might be too much onto one side. You might need to go and switch it up. And sometimes you can put things out there to kind of slow it down, but it will not stop it. You might need to go to other things. That's why I'm hearing multiple that have dollar. They got 3-4 odd, 4-3 over, 5-2 normal, dime normal. Like, it's literally a lot in this book, and it's one of the best defensive books in the game. But if you guys want to learn different setups and different things of that nature, make sure you guys are going to get the membership, as all the videos will be unlocked for you for only $5 a month. And if you want to keep it, and as I upgrade to even more things, I will, as soon as that gets out, you guys will get it, and you will get more lab sessions. We get members only streams, things of that nature. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys go ahead and get that membership. And let's go ahead into tip number 3. Tip number 3 here is one of the newer ones that I have found out that is becoming meta, where a lot of people is coming out in, you know, kind of like a $3.2, and basically is having like this cover 3 in the back but with flats underneath, and I kind of wanted to incorporate that here with nickel over, and I felt like this was the best way for me to do it. Here, instead of having it on match, I would have my, I believe it's this one, right? No, it's not this one. I want to have my blues at a certain spot. Well, actually, no, I don't want my blues in a certain spot. What I want is my yellows in a certain spot. So I'll probably keep them up to 10, maybe up to 15, depending on where I'm going. And then if I want to go ahead and add a purple, then what you call it, I will go ahead and put that either at 5 or 10, or if you do it another way that I'm showing you guys, you probably won't even need to use these drops at all. So here we're going to come out in Tampa 2, and we're going to go out against this corner strike, right? So the only thing that you will need to do is pinch the D line. Now you guys can see this D tackle right here where it has this little blitz angle right here, which is in majority of the plays here in nickel over. Some of them, all you have to do is just pinch inside and they will have that little blitz angle. Even if I QB contain, he still has it right there. So this is what we're going to use to help us out when it comes to doing this blitz. And next, after you pinch your D-line, you pinch your linebacker. So it's right on the D-pad, down on the D-pad. And then you're either using him, or you can either use this linebacker here. But the one thing that it is with using this slot guy right here is that you're gonna be exposed over here on this right side, especially with this bunch set. It probably is best for you to use somebody here instead of using this slot over there on the right side. And you see what I mean by holding on to the right, like the showing the play and all that. Your defensive line kind of is moving just so odd, so you can't like have that same adjustment. It's kind of weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and set this up again. Like you guys can see in cover 4, when you did the cover 4, it had that little it had that little slant on that D tackle as well. And then if you flip it, it's the same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys now. Now I'm going to the Y trail. All you're doing is pinching, and then holding right here. blitz your linebackers twice, put your user into a hook, curl, mid, read, whatever you want it to be, and then QB contain. This is all you are going to do. And basically this kind of looks like the same exact alignment as that little Sim 3 blitz. But now when you do it just like this, now you see that you have the same exact loop that you would have if you would have that other blitz, but now you're just mugging it. So here you loop that around, you see him come through, and you also have that linebacker there. Now the main reason why I like sending this is because it's literally a contain within a contain. So if they start rolling out, that contain over here on the outside is going to, you know, get there as well, because it's basically two contains. It's basically two of them coming in to snap right at that quarterback. Now another thing that I like to do here when I show you guys this blitz is also show you against a blocked running back. This is very efficient as well. So here with a blocked running back, we're just going to go ahead and set it up again, block all your linebackers, do this, and then QB contain is basically already done for you. Now I'm gonna just sit right here, hug the gap, and as you guys would see that not only would you still have the contains and things on that side there, you can still get this in even with a blocked running back. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up again, and I'm going to do this correctly this time. Boom, just like, okay, I don't know why he did it like that, where he kind of like moved right back in. It was kind of weird. What I am going to do is to kind of like help this out a little bit. I am going to put a safety over there in that spot to kind of help out. And now I'm going to show it with the blocked running back. We're going to go up here into the dagger and basically show you guys this. Basically the same thing. Blitz all your linebackers, can be saying put your man inside of a thing, inside of a zone, and then you're just trying to engage with number 66, just like we do here. And as you guys can see, even with a blocked running back, either he chooses that D tackle right here to get in there, or he's going over to that linebacker. So that linebacker over there is going to come in every single time, because the blitzing assignment of Cameron Jordan, is this Cameron Jordan? Yeah, of Cameron Jordan is to just go straight towards the quarterback. And you see with 73, he's going to come over and get that anyway, which leaves this linebacker to come in completely taken. And because of the blocking assignments, Frank Gore is honestly going to go over there every single time. But because of my loop, that's really much the benefits of it. So even when you block the running back, sometimes even blocking a running back will block that loop over there on the outside, but it will not block that linebacker over there on that other side. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up again. Keep it contained and do it just like this. Go ahead and set it up just like that. That time right there, because I did sit here and get caught up in that D line because I didn't align it correctly. You would sit here and mess up the loop on that right side. So if you practice this enough, boom, just like that, you practice it enough, you should get that free. I don't know why he got caught up over there on that right side, but that is basically it. You set this up and do it just like this. It would happen every single time. And the best thing with this defense too, which is why a lot of people is using it, you can go ahead and set up your linebacker just like this, and then your slot over there like this. So it's like another QB, like not a QB, it's a double maybe over there on that right side. It's a cover 3 just like this, or you can keep this going right here with that verhook and things of that nature. But here for this blitz setup specifically, we are going to keep it just like that, go out just like this. And even if he goes and block that linebacker coming in free, you still got that loop going in underneath. So it's a fairly easy blitz. I'm gonna even do it right now without the contain and show you guys, boom, even without the contain. That's the main reason why I keep the contain right there, because if he even rolls out that far out, he's going to get out there. So that's why when I do this, I keep it contained, blitz the running the linebackers and everything of that nature, and then boom, everything is still there. Because even if I roll out like that, he's going to be right there. They're going to disengage anyway. So that's pretty much it. That's why I love this setup right here. And you can also set this up in the back where it's man and things of that nature, and it definitely will help the defense out more, because now even though it's like so much pressure there, they're not going to know what to sit here and do. So I will go ahead and man him up towards R1. You see what I'm saying? I'll man him up towards R1, And this is what it will look like if it's like added a little bit man up in there. See, he's manned up like this. I can go ahead and roll over just like that. Actually, I was supposed to man up Cameron Jordan. I'm not supposed to man him up. I was supposed to man up Jordan. Wrong one. And now with manning him up, after I sit here and do this, oh, so the computer just want to pick at me. Okay, cool. So the computer going to pick at me. Now we're going to do this. There we go. Since the computer wants to try and be smart, we can go ahead and outsmart the computer. Just like that. And you guys can see I'm right here. Now this is the only thing I'm using. He's on over there with that. And it kind of helps out a lot. So you can do this out of any play. I would suggest if you want to do this out of man the best way, I would do this out of Overstorm Brave. You do this out of an Overstorm Brave look. If you pinch them in together, you guys can see if I redo this. Actually, with the only difference is if you do this with Overstorm Brave, you would have to use your point of attack and slant it towards the right. And then QB contain. As you see, now you have that little loop there, but also that D tackle is sitting, that other D tackle is doing that as well. So it's not going to get to it that much, but if you do it correctly, as you can see, you can still do the same thing with that man being there. So some plays that it already has that alignment right there, and then some of them it will move over towards that spot. Now we did get lucky here to where if that D tackle moved over, 73 was going to follow him the whole time. But still, Zeke is going to be right there. That little loop is going to happen right there, and that's what you're going to get with that. So basically, you put all of these together, and it basically works out perfectly for you. And even an added one, I even add you guys a different blitz in here, is moving this linebacker out and then blitzing the guys in just like this. As long as you hold on to the center right here, I'm pretty sure this was in my last upload that I sat here and did. You do this and you hold on to the circle. As you guys can see, you will get that D tackle to come in completely free no matter what. So all you're doing is moving your linebackers out towards the left. You're basically pinching in your linebackers. You go ahead and use the point of attack, slant it down, and re-blitz your linebackers, put your guys out, QB contain, and then actually the best way to do this without I'm gonna go ahead and reset this. The best way to sit here and do this is QB contain, move your linebackers out, right? And then re-blitz your linebackers, because then he takes over the contain. This is less steps for you to do. Re-blitz your linebacker. So now all you're doing is basically just huddle right here in front of the center, and you guys can see you got that D tackle coming in completely free. You will have that contain over the right side, but the contain didn't sit here and work on that part. But you guys can see exactly what I mean. You get the D tackle to come in completely free. You get you get so much protection in the back because everybody's sitting here really manned up. You don't really got to do anything, and you will get a free D tackle every single time. And as you can see, even with the running back blocking. So you guys see it on all these plays, it's the same play where the running back is blocking. You get the same exact thing with that right there. So sometimes even with the with this coming in, you see how everybody's coming in. He comes in between that little gap right there. The running back is going to look for somebody to block. It's not going to happen every single time. As long as I engage with 72, this is going to happen every single time. Boom. Right back in it. Just hold on to 72 just like I did before. Maybe just move over to where his head is like towards the left of him a little bit, just so you can get in there, and then boom, you can see you could get that in there, and that's where the D tackle will sit here and come in free. So boom, pinch that in, QB contain, move your linebacker out, re-blitz your guy, and then that's basically it. Just stay right here, hold on a circle, then come back in. And even if you do not get that D tackle to come in, that linebacker on the right side is going to get in completely free because the running back is not paying attention to them. So it's very easy to set this in just like this. Boom, set it up just like this, and you see the D tackle will just come in completely free. And another bonus one that I definitely forgot to show you guys inside of here, because I was looking at a video of me playing a game versus somebody in the CFM, seeing how this will loop would work if I would have tried this. Like if you had a contain on that side, then that D tackle over there on that side, you see what I'm saying, and want to see how that loop will come in. you see how it goes all the way around and things of that nature. So I was like, what happens if I pinch it in? And if I pinch it in, it kind of helped me to realize there's another blitz that you can do here out of this nickel over. So if you pinch your D line, basically slant outside twice to get it just like this, and then QB contain, pinch your D line in, blitz them, and then go down here and loop with this guy here, you guys can get another setup to where not only you got this and you see the contains just sit here and just go crazy for you, you also get an A gap in the inside if it's done correctly. You see how 72 is right there. I could low-key finish that, go ahead and hold on to 72 and have that go in. But with the contain over there on this outside, this was the main thing that I was looking at here. If you sit here and move that guy out there just like that, you see how Larry Allen is kind of shielding him. You could get Larry Allen to come in free without even having to do anything on that side. So we're going to go ahead and set it up again the same way as it was before. And now we are going to go ahead and engage with 66. If I can guess it correctly. Just like that. And you see roll out towards that side. You basically is going to get a free guy every single time. So you don't even have to you don't even have to sit here and blitz that guy over here on that side. You can put him into his little reads or things of that nature. You can just keep it just like that. So now when you go out and do it, boom, you have it just like this. Now you have a 4-man blitz that you don't even have to worry about with in the back. So that's why I like to stay into my cover 4, pinch inside, go out and just do something just like this. This is just another blitz that you can just add to your repertoire. Go right back up, try and catch on to certain things, go back towards the middle of the field, because everything else is basically back for you. You got your cover 4 out here, you got your quarter flats and things like that, and you got it out here just like this. You can literally set it up just like that, or you can go back over to the cover 4 quarters and once again pinch in, QB contain, and then you would already have that D tackle alignment right there, so you can go ahead and do that. But that was just another one that I wanted to add to you guys, is basically pinch, shade up, and then come on down to it, because now you can either do it here on this side or you can come down over here on this side, and it's mad universal. So you don't have to do it just with the right side, you can do it over here on the left side as well. So that's why it's very nice to do it just like that. And if you guys think about it, if you do have it to where you have him standing right here in this gap, and then you have somebody else right here in this gap, you can literally in squads, thinking about it in a squads way, just have 2 loops just come right on in. So that's kind of wild to think about it that way, but it's definitely one that you could add in there. Now this one here, I like this one a lot. Just basically do this and boom. Well, just actually keep it just like that. Just keep it right there. Boom, do it just like that. And you guys can see you're just going to have no time to sit here and do this, and it's only sending 4 people. So there it is, a whole bunch of different blitzes to help you guys out with nickel over. Those are my favorite ones to use here in nickel over, and it's definitely situational. It's not do this every single time, because people do flip. They got RPOs, you got other things of that nature that you got to watch out for. So I have to say this: do not sit here and keep repeating and saying that this is not working, because you have to sit here and use it in correct situations. You can't just do a blitz and expect it to work thinking that you're better at the game. You got to do it in the right time and make sure you can disguise it with other things that you are doing. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you guys go and leave a like, comment down below other stuff you guys like to see, and subscribe if you guys are new. And as always, folks, peace out.